Hey everybody, it's Karen. I feel a little nervous and anxious to talk to you today, yet compelled. Ever had one of those feelings like, wow, I'm going to really talk about this? And I might have gone through a couple minutes of should I, shouldn't I? And then I knew fear was trying to take over. Anytime you do shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? Fear is trying to tell you, don't do that. So I'm doing it, and I'm here today talking to you. I don't know, it's not scripted, but I know it's in my heart. Our country is really at a pivot point, right? This is not a political discussion. I'm not here to argue anybody's beliefs about their political persuasion, their sexual persuasion, anything else. You are the master of your life. I believe in God, so I believe God is the master. And I make the choices that either align with that or not. So, you have to align with your belief system no matter what. I'm not here about that part of it to say right, left, any of that. What our political situation in this country right now, I believe, is doing is bringing out symptoms of the society we've lived in for a very long time. I think there are many other ways it's pointing out too. You can call it the Me Too movement. You can call it anything that you would like. What I'm here to say is, I don't know if it's time to fight. I mean, what's remarkable to me is while the discussion is happening, people are choosing to fight with each other. And that breaks my heart. So I've read it on Facebook, Instagram, you see it on TV, you see it in the news, you see it in the neighborhood, you see it in phone conversations, I see it in my family, my friends, everybody. It's so interesting to me where we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to make a stand, and yet we choose to argue and fight. There's a way to make a stand that doesn't then become divisive and, what do I want to say, undermine the position. I think when you, I don't think it's always true, but the very first thing I want to say is stop fighting with each other. Have a discussion, disagree, do any of those things, but calling each other names and ridiculing and criticizing, what does that create? I don't know how that creates a difference. All that does is stay in the situation we're at, where there's name calling and bullying, which quite frankly, I've had enough of. I am not going to mirror that behavior, right? So I'm going to choose to make a stand of love. I'm going to choose to make a stand for. I'm not going to do something against, I'm going to do for. And what am I for today? I'm for everybody's voice that has ever experienced any sexual assault. I do not believe it is just a female problem. I do not believe it is just a male problem. I believe it is a problem for all of us. I think of the hundreds and the thousands and the thousands and the thousands of the boys who have been injured and assaulted and hurt. I'm raising boys now, and I need to teach them. I need to teach them how to treat girls, but I need to teach them how to treat themselves, how to believe in themselves, how to take care of themselves. If they first act in kindness to themselves, they can turn around and act in kindness and respect to others, whether it be a friend, whether it be a date, whether it be an intimate partner. So I ask you, in this heated time of ours, where it can be infuriating. I've been infuriated, I've cried, I've thrown books, I've hit walls, I've done all kinds of things in the name of trying to stop things or stop the feeling, right? Stop the feeling. Like this train has to stop, right? Well, it's not stopping. We're here. And I have to tell you, it keeps exemplifying and pointing out that it's only going to get more heated. Issues are going to come more to the surface. And again, I remind you, I believe this is a symptom of what our society has been living with for a very long time in secret, right? In covertness, in threats and bullying, right? Intimidation, name calling, shame. So I say no more secrets, no more shame. So I'm going to get personal with you. You know, I've been a victim of sexual assault and rape many times in my life, and a victim of sex trafficking. The first incident that I can remember, I think there was one when I was an infant toddler. Somebody told me about my family, but I don't remember that one. I do remember a stranger assault when I was about 7. I had a date rape. Also was a victim of 15 of sex trafficking and taken across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 state lines for that purpose. I'm fortunate I wasn't taken out of the country, and I'm fortunate that I had enough tools in me that I could see a way to leave. But I am telling you, the very first thing that I was told was not to tell anybody. And that was my mother. She told me not to tell anybody because no one would love me. Shame and guilt and silence comes from all kinds of places. My mother's intention was love, but it was her fear. Her fear was put on me. I would wager to bet that that's happened to other people. Shame and guilt and worried about consequences, worried about name calling and bullying and having that scarlet letter on the forehead. My mom actually called it that, you guys. I lived in that era. Oh my goodness. I have absolutely no shame now. I absolutely know I was a victim of all of it. And I also know how it shaped all the other choices with men throughout my life. And let me tell you, it shaped it. So I know when people are coming forth and sharing their stories, believe them. Male, female, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how big or small or what they remember. No judgment, no shame, just love. Love, compassion. And I think it should be the believe movement, the believe people. There's nothing to gain by doing that. But more importantly, we are fractured as a country. I think we've been fractured for a long time. And again, I think there are all these things that are happening in all the industries that they're happening in. The political arena is just one of them. But they're happening in many, many industries. All exemplify the condition of our culture and our society. And so what does that mean? It means we have choice. I'm going to bring it right back to there. We all have choice, personal choice. I don't know if you remember the Anita Hill hearings. I certainly do. And I sat and watched them all. I remember the O.J. Simpson trials, watched it all. Our technology has changed so much, it can be overwhelming and provide an oversensory experience. So I suggest, number one, that you decide what your limit is. If you feel compelled, I'm going to suggest that you back off a little bit because it might be driving an overstimulus of that. And it could, we all get triggered. Things are happening for everybody in households across America, across the world, I would imagine. And so first we have a choice about how much we listen to, how much we take in. Then you have a choice about what are you going to do. There's many choices. You can call your senators. You can join rallies. You can join petitions. You can do many things. And I've done all of those. So far, I've joined online petitions. I've written my senators, called my senators. The more important thing I've done is I've sat down with my oldest, who's now 12 and in middle school, and I have explained who we are as a sexual being, as a man, as a woman, how we treat each other is important. And I want him to begin to understand that. So age appropriately, I think, even my 4-year-old, we have to, and the 9-year-old, it's, he's only here half time, but I'll get to him. But I have to tell you, we have a choice about how we raise children. And if you're exposed to children any shape or fashion, uh, being able to model for them appropriate, loving, compassionate boundaries and behavior, and support if they express concern or questions. So it starts within us, how we respect ourselves, how we teach the ones that we are responsible for to teach, and then how do we impact others? So decide. Not everybody's going to join a rally, not everybody's going to protest, but everybody can choose who they are in the conversations that you have. I think it starts within, right? Change from the inside out. All starts within, you guys. And creating choice and deciding to the love or fear guide you. I choose love, and I choose compassion, and I choose respect. First for myself, then for those that I love in my family and that I'm responsible for, and then everyone else that comes after that. So I want to say we have so many choices, you guys, in what's happening right now. It can be overwhelming. It can trigger you. It can trigger events. It can bring up so much stuff. Practice self-care, whatever that means to you. It could mean a hot lavender Epsom bath. It could mean using your oils. If you want to know what oils I use, just hit reply and I'll let you know, because I'm bathing in them. I'm bathing the whole house in them right now. But there is take a walk. Maybe it's physical exercise. Maybe it's listening to a music. You know, Marvin Gaye is really big for me. And I've been playing a lot of Marvin Gaye. And Diana Ross. Those are really important to me. James Taylor has been on there too. So find what hits your soul, that calms you down, that relaxes you, that hits self-care, and make a choice. This is a pivotal moment in our lives, individually and collectively. And so my question is for you: who will you choose to be among all this? Who do you choose? What do you choose? How will you stand? I'd really love to know. Comment below, hit reply, make a time with me. I'm here. I want you to know my door is always open. You need help, you need support, let me know. I'm here. It's time to make a choice and a stand for you and whatever you believe in, and then match your actions to those beliefs. You'll find comfort in that. God bless. Bye-bye.